Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bitcoin heavily volatile. Is it up? Is it down? What are they doing to us? What the heck? It never ends. But I'll find a way.
Can I tell you, babe?
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. It's me again. It's him again. It's that same guy, the gains man. Remember gainitis? We used to get so sick, we made gains all day. Still making gains today. I'm going to teach you how and why. I'm going to teach you what we did. I'm going to show you where we found the gains and how you got to pivot. Can't sit on the same asset all day long. If it ain't moving, you got to find the money. What are you going to sit there and do nothing? No, you got to find the money. The money is there for the people that believe, for the people that push themselves, for the people that seek opportunity every single day. But it's not for the people that are down on themselves. It's not for the people that talk negatively to themselves. Sad to say, that's going to ruin the opportunity presented to you. Every time you say negative words to yourself, every time you tell yourself you can't, you will, you aren't, well, that's the facts. So I say you can, you will, you are the best, each and every one of you. Let's get that music up and running. I love you. First thing I want to do is get the lemon in the water that decalcifies your pineal gland. I think you don't know that, but that's what's happening. We're going to get you on that nice level. See, they think this is acidic, but when you drink it, it actually turns alkaline inside of your stomach. It's an amazing opportunity to cleanse your body. I haven't eaten or drinking anything today. The first thing into my system is lemon water. It cleanses through my digestive tract. I fast every day until after the stream. I do not eat until about 1:30, 12:45. Every single time you see me here on the stream, I have not eaten until yesterday around 8 or maybe 9 p.m. Let's take a big sip of the water. Let's go. This keeps my mind sharp. This keeps my energy high. Everyone's wondering, how do you go every single day? Because it's the way we do it. Shout out to everybody here. Let's take a sip of the lemon water and let's get into the show, shall we? I'm going to flip that music back up and running. I know you're like, where is the music? I wanted it to be raw today. I wanted you to feel me right here, right now. Shout out to all my lovers of life. Let's get that music back up and running. Blessings on blessings to everybody out there. This is the Criptolifer Show, the greatest show on earth. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Nobody brings the energy. Nobody brings the heat like the lifers. Let's talk about it. We opened up a trade last night, yesterday. I've had it open. I was just trying to make $1,000 yesterday. I wasn't trying to be a big shot. Wasn't attempting anything crazy. And the second I sat there, I opened up a trade right here inside this beautiful flag right there. I waited for the 15-minute to bounce off the 200 moving average, which it did. And then I opened up the trade. I've been in the trade ever since. And we've been looking at this, and I even projected this flag yesterday when we were just right here. I started showing, even when we just kind of bounced, I started showing you that this is likely the scenario for Bitcoin. I'm looking to get to 97,000 on a breakout. This is the 21 crossing the 200 moving average. The 21 hasn't been above the 200, okay, since right there. Since we had a big move on the 2nd of January. So that's kind of, see that on the 1 hour time frame? I'm going to break so much down, subtle things that most people are going to overlook. I'm going to teach you. See that white line crossing that yellow line right there? That's a bigger deal than you realize. It hasn't happened in 11 days, 12 days, you know. So anyway, and I'm not trying to be a big shot here. I was just attempting to make $1,000. It didn't go that way, and I didn't get stopped out, and I didn't hit my target. So I just kept this trade on. I opened up another bigger trade on another exchange so I can leave this one cooking. And so that's it. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? There's no, this is just a smaller trade. I'm sitting. I'd like to wait till I hit my $1,100. That's it. And we can scalp on MEXC. We can do other things. We got the silver trade cooking right now, up 1788, almost up 100% gains. I did this for gold. I gave you a 90 or over 100% gain for gold. I served you on a platter with an 87% gain for silver. This was $2,000 at 7x leverage. You didn't have to be a rock star. Again, don't do anything you see on this channel, but if you got the education, you understood what was happening. We moved the stop loss to break even. We cannot lose in the trade. Silver holding $88 an ounce, baby. On its way to a hundo. On its way to one hundo, baby. And it's only a matter of time. Boom. Thank you, everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you so much for joining the Criptolifer stream. We're going to give you the sauce every single day. So we gave this, I'm pretty sure I even opened this trade live, but if I didn't, I gave it to the trading group for sure. And we gave you stellar, you know, someone asked me about XMR. I don't take the weekends off, and on the weekends we went over XMR, right? On Monero. Might have even been Friday, but I'm pretty sure it was Saturday morning or Saturday night, but there was 4 live streams of the weekend, so we nailed it. And this is why, you know what's interesting? My weekend streams, not many people go to, but it doesn't matter. Not many people are consistent. So the weekend stream shouldn't have a lot of people there. Only the consistent people want to be there. And someone say, no, people take days off. I get it. But like that setup was right there. Look, Saturday on the 10th was there was the entry there. Wednesday, I guess Wednesday, but Saturday we started to break out. Anyway, just what a beautiful move here for Bitcoin and for these stable coins, you know. So we just want to see this continue. I'm going to show you kind of some bigger sauce. We're going to do my top-down analysis and show you what's going down today. So shout out to everybody here. We thank you, we love you, and we care about you using the same TA over and over again. Nothing changes here on this channel. That's why you'll be able to pick up what I'm putting down, okay? You know, we're looking for this is a cup and handle on the daily. Well, we're going to get to all that in a second, but that's what we're really looking for. And then look, you zoom in, we have that bull flag on the 1 hour. It's a higher low. This is, like, if you look at the regular stock market, they call this a cup and handle all day long. Their cup and handle is this. My cup and handle is usually the falling wedge breakout. It just looks cooler. It happens more in crypto for whatever reason. Crypto really, really does love TA. It does TA perfectly. Because it's 24/7, it does TA way better than the stock market. Some say some different. I disagree. It's just so spot on. Anyway, let's go to our monthly. Let's do what's called a top-down analysis. We're going to start from the top down, from a big time frame, and move our way all the way back to a smaller one. And we're going to show you what's happening here for Bitcoin. When I see, and I've been doing this for years, so if I see something and I say something, it's not even me. My brain has been, look about it. I took my brain and I fed it 14 years of information on the markets. I've looked at the Dow Jones. I've traded gold, silver. I've traded the New York Stock Exchange. I traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Understand, I traded all over the place, everyone. All different ways, shapes, and sizes. I've done it. And I've gotten a lot of information from that. Like, I've traded more different types of markets than a lot of different traders that I know. So I can teach you a lot of interesting stuff. And I've seen that it all transcends. See, if I didn't just trade crypto, I would have said, oh, trading stocks might be different. But it's not. It's the same thing. It bounces off the 21. The moving averages get tight. Every rule that I've taught you in crypto is true when it comes to trading the traditional TradFi market. Every time. Anyway, Bitcoin sitting at about 92,300 on the futures right now. And we always have it for you. 92,250 conglomerated here on Bookmap. And it's, man, it had a nice pump up to 92.8. It just, the volatility is insanity today. It really is. And that's why I just have this smaller trade. I do have a bigger trade that I'm going to show you. Or maybe just keep it to the trading group. I gave it to the trading group. I think I might just keep it to them and not always give all the sauce away. So there's a bigger trade I made in the trading group, but I probably won't reveal it here on the channel. Sad to say, sorry. Maybe I will towards the end. You never know. Let's take a look here. We have swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. We have a beautiful Fibonacci here and a bounce off the 618, the 786 Fibonacci and into this golden Paquito. So that tells me that we could, we did retrace the proper health. I've seen this many times. It's a higher low. The RSI is moving to the downside. It's called hidden bullish divergence. You have oversold stochastics. RSI, however, we are just coming into the dotted line. That was the beginning of a massive bear market there. I'm open-minded that we could be entering. Right now, we're in a bear market. I don't want to. Everyone's like, "What are we?" We're in a bear market. Everyone's like, "No, we're in a bull market with a slight pullback." For me, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to explain why we're in a bear market, and my definition of a bear market is being below the daily 200 moving average for a prolonged period of time, over a month, 2 months. And that's what we're done. We've been below the daily 200 moving average for 2 months. That's a bear market for me. When we get back above it, we are entering a bull market. It's simple. And you can go into bear markets for small periods of time. It doesn't have to mean it's a 10-year down period. You see what I mean? And so when people get misconstrued over the word bear market, they don't realize that, you can be in a bull and a bear. It can just be a more temporary bear market. And so, well, that's a pullback in a bull market, people would say. I get it, but I just can't change my definition, which is being below the daily 200 moving average. You see what I mean? I can't break, I'm really stubborn. So it's bear market. Now, it doesn't mean I can't trade up. I can't see something, or I don't have optimism for what could possibly be. Anyway, neither here nor there. We're looking at the monthly, higher low, lower low, stochastics curving. We check off the Fibonacci levels that we retrace to. That is a known signal that, it might take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, but that you're going to be above these highs before you break these lows. And again, it's probably going to be the summer into November. This is going to take some time. It's going to be a slow move, right? And again, what if it's just a right shoulder? And then we have the bear market. And that brings us, you know what I mean? I'm open-minded to that. See, you got to have all the different, you got to be ready for everything. It's sad. The average trader wants their brain to go like this. I got in, here's my brain. There's just one or two roads. I'm just going to sit. But like, I'm like a painter. I was a rapper. Rappers, we create, we write rap songs. And when you write a rap, you have like a rhyme here. And then you come up with a bunch of different rhymes of where the song could go. You have like 4 different options, but then you kind of, I like this one, that one. And then it's almost like a tree, and you just keep going till you finish the song. And so my rap brain has been, really, I freestyle too. You have to come up with that as you do it. And I did it for a long time. I really did. And I don't shy away from it. People laugh at it, but I rap, man. I have an album on iTunes. You can check it out. People laugh at me. Oh, no, here he goes. But it changed the way my mind works because you had to come up with things fast. You had to, and there's math to it. There's cadence. Bum, 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 you got into a cadence. You started to feel rhythm and patterns. And I believe it's all pattern recognition, whether it's audio pattern, visual pattern. My brain is a pattern fiend. It fiends for the patterns, you see? So anyway, having all the options in your mind is going to be better for you. 4, 5, 6, 7 options. Now, when you first start trading, you have 1 option, 2 options. Well, you really can't keep that much in your subconscious mind because your mind's just building how to put all these options in your brain, and you can't juggle that many things. It's kind of like a waiter. When you first start, it's 3 or 4 tables, but a really good waiter can handle more tables. He's in the zone. He's got skills he didn't even know he had. So I build so many different roads, and I can see them all. Now, once we start going that way, I'm already have the whole plan waiting. I have the trading scenario, what to do. You see? And that's why I'm trying to teach you how to have a, large capacity ideas, what could be. And let it be so open that you're not constrained to anything. You can fly any way the price goes. You can handle it. We go down to 55K. I know I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to be going crazy. I'll open shorts as we have, we break this low. I mean, that's a confirmed downtrend. You break this low, you close a monthly candle below the open here, which is 82,550. And my golly gee, oh my. I mean, that is going to be a very bearish sign for Bitcoin. The day we ever close a candle below 82,550 on the monthly chart is bearish. So look, I'm just drawing you the possible idea that this could be a right shoulder. We could end up down at 44, 45,000 somewhere by November 1st of 2026. Now, is that a guarantee? No. But if you close the monthly candle below this, this will take time. That will take months. Take 10 months. It's not going to happen overnight. Same with the move to the upside. Rome was not built in a day. This is the biggest asset in the world. The whole world's looking at it. $2 trillion asset. It's never happened this fast in the history of the world. They've never seen something like Bitcoin. People don't get it. They don't know what's happening. People still don't get it. Don't you understand? It's still so new to the mind. There's so many people that will say, I'll never understand it. I just don't, this Bitcoin stuff. They've given up that they can understand what it is. To me, it's hash rate, mathematics, and history. Study history and study all the different study the hidden secrets of money by Mike Maloney. Please go watch that documentary. Watch Money Masters on YouTube. It'll teach you where money came from, who started the money, what money really is, and why Bitcoin is a higher frequency form of individual borderless payment that doesn't get trapped by borders, can travel across planes. You can travel with Bitcoin in your mind. No one can stop you. Seed phrases. It's like, this is insanity. We live in such a beautiful place with so many options of the digital space that people don't realize there's intrinsic value to Bitcoin. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's like people not realizing there's intrinsic value to real estate, which probably never happened. Everyone always knew land was king. So now I'm going to paint some bearishness for you. I gave you the bullish idea that the monthly has some big chances, but what if that just doesn't happen? Just because that's a probability I've seen my whole life, what if this is the 1 out of 100 times it doesn't happen? These are all sad possibilities in trading. Nothing is a guarantee. We are very oversold on the weekly. We're very low on the RSI. The lowest we've ever been on the RSI was at the very bottom of the absolute market. This is a very low place for the RSI. Last time we had a dip, the pandemic dip, RSI came down to like 41. It's like very close to where we were there. The pandemic dip right there, you see? Which wasn't even lower than the bear market lows, which is insane, right? Awesome. So, also signs that sellers are somewhat exhausted here. Let's be honest, they've had so much time to sell, but could never break the lower low. Yeah, they couldn't break this low. You could say, well, they break that low. Yeah, I get it. That's what troubles me a little bit, is we did break a pretty big low on the weekly and the 2-week, which is a downtrend too. So I have to decide whether I want to, basically believe in the monthly trend or the weekly trend. And, it goes down to my years of trading. And that's a hard question. But, back in the day, I would see a trend on the 5-minute, and I'd see a trend on the 1 hour. Which trend was I really going to take? Sometimes it does bleed, but most of the time, it's the trend on the 1 hour that I'm going to believe in, not the 5-minute. So I believe the monthly now, because it's more established than ever, has a stronger hold over the Bitcoin market than the weekly. The weekly has given up its possession. You see? Because as we got more and more, the weekly was the biggest time frame we had. We didn't have anything bigger than the weekly, so we couldn't expand on that. Understand? Makes sense, But now we have the monthly, which is way bigger than the weekly. We can expand on that now. And I hope you know what I'm saying. This is a meta idea, but it's the fact that as an asset establishes maturity, it gains. Like, for instance, when Bitcoin first came out, there was no even falling wedge on the weekly. There was nothing. Everything you could find, the falling wedges, the inverted head and shoulder, the double tops, you could only see it on the daily, the 3-day or something. Then Bitcoin had years behind it, and the weekly started to form patterns. Like, here's Bitcoin's first real major falling wedge in the weekly. It's the first time it made a massive falling wedge. Like here too, but the first one after it retraced, and it retraced to a 618 golden pocket. Right there off the golden pocket, between the 618 and the 0.65. You're not going to have the 0.65 on your fibs. You're going to have to go here, click on this. It might be there. You might have to adjust it. Turn it white. Turn your 618 white. You want the golden pocket glaring at you. I just hit you with some knowledge and some good value there. So check this out. Understand? Then Bitcoin eventually made a head and shoulder. Before, it had never even made such substantial patterns before because it didn't have enough time. This is now happening on the monthly. The monthly is now more established than it ever was. So we're now seeing patterns, and so that higher low may actually take over. You have to now go to the highest time frame trend and use that as your base point. This took me years to figure out. This is something they don't write in books. I've never seen a video about. This is intrinsic to your mind as you continue to trade. You start piecing together these outer ideas, these outer thoughts. I'm progressive in the brain. It just continues to go, right? And sometimes no one understands me, but I know exactly what's going on. So it's lonely in here, But so anyway, the 2-week chart looking somewhat bullish. This still could be a bull flag, a bear flag. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm still open-minded. This is a bear flag. We really need to boom. A big candle booms out. We hit 1048. I mean, that just ends the whole story. 2-week chart looks very oversold. RSI, everything looks like we are ready for some type of move here for Bitcoin. The weekly chart, that would be a bullish engulfing candle. It would be a tweezer top above resistance. So here's another thing. The weekly created this, 78.5. Then look at this is what's been special right here. Right there. See that level? And again, that's that monthly support there. But right here, 82.550. Remember that. But previous resistance, wherever you have tweezer tops on the weekly, you got to really pay attention to this. And then you have tweezer bottoms on the weekly that came. I mean, that was a key area. They wicked it a few times to try to clean it up. And I keep saying that you could open longs here with stops down here. And I'm in the long right now with these stops below here. If they make the bear flag, they'll come and get me. If not, so I'll lose like $7,000 or I'll make freaking, or I'll make 40 grand. So I am the open-minded guy, and I say you never know. But I'll tell you right now that I'm more pushing a bullish move here for me than a bearish move. I've kind of switched my bias to bullish a little bit. Maybe I'm preemptive. Maybe I'm going to get wrecked. It's okay. I'm not going to get liquidated. I'm going to lose a portion. But I'm willing to, I believe this is a key area to risk some of my value for a move. And I could be wrong drastically, So there you go. And I'm willing to admit that. Instead of, and I know the sad thing is, as a trader, I know anything is possible. So I know emotionally I'm not right or wrong. I'm taking a shot and there's a chance that I'm wrong. The chance that probability bites me in the bottoms. But, you know, it's kind of fun to go on a limb and tell people the truth. And just not care what people think of you, whether you win or lose. It's so freeing. Like, so be it. So I'm wrong. You know, the odds, I believe, are high that I'm right. So I'm going to go with it. Yeah. I'm going to go with it. So I got a couple trades here that I believe are going to, you know, going to do some damage. We're finally getting this pump. The trade's up 47% here. And hey, it's doing what it does here on weeks. So what I like about weeks is the low funding rate and the lack of, the fees are low, man. I can keep trades open for a long time. Look, it's only $11 I've had to pay in fees so far. Very, 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 that's good for a small time trader trying to build, you know what I mean? I got 250 realized. I can't handle 80, 60, 50 bucks in fees. Funding fee 250, realized P&L, and the trading fee, you know what I mean? So, and there you have it. I mean, we're starting to get the move that Daddy is looking for, that Sammy P wants. And I have another trade open here on, and that's the cup and handle to the upside, looking to go to $9 grand, $3 grand for $9 grand to go to 110.5. That would be the bigger move here for Bitcoin out the cup and handle. This is on BTCC. Okay. They're also hooking it up right now there. I see $1 million. What are they doing there? Share $1 million prize pool puts a chance to win 0.1 BTC, and now we're watching more. And that goes all the way until 131. All right. If you jump on in, I think you'll be put in if you're just in, but if you join today on BTCC, you will be offered to jump on in. All right. Deposit 20 USDT. Right. And so they're just, you know, they're hooking it up. Interesting. Jump on into BTCC today. All right. Longest exchange been open since 2014, which is insane. All right. And I do receive a commission if you trade on there. I'd greatly appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Let's take a look here on the weekly chart. Let's move down into the 3-day, the 5-day. I like my 5-day. And I said, you know, we have to still assume that the 5-day could just be in, and we get rid of this, we don't need this anymore, but the 5-day could just be in a bear flag. And I do this every day, right? We go over the same analysis 7 days a week. We reiterate it. It may be boring to some, but I found that success comes from doing the same things over and over again. So I don't break, I don't change, I just do the same thing over and over again. It's boring. You know, success can be boring. Discipline isn't always fun. But you know what's fun is going out with your friends on the nicest boats. You know, taking all your family to dinner. Knowing you have it all because you work so hard you don't have to stress. That's what's fun. So yeah, discipline, man. And you know what? The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. And that's what Jim Rohn tells me every single day. I worked out today. It was hard. It made me nauseous. It wasn't easy. My abs burned. I did an ab workout. It wasn't like I wanted to do the workout. I wasn't like... And deep down inside, I knew I would look good if I did it. I truly desired the good workout, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't like, yes. It wasn't like sitting in, you know... I can't say, but you probably know what I mean. So we're telepathic over here. You know exactly what I'm 43 years old. Hey. But anyway. Hey, I didn't say anything, you know. Hey, I didn't do nothing over here. I'm just a guy. Hey, he's just a guy. Hey, leave him alone, huh? So 3-day chart even looks like it could be making an inverted head and shoulder. I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder. I see this as an Adam and Eve with the little boop. I mean, and I tell you, if the 3-day chart stays above the 200 moving average, you have yourself a monster move. And I'm telling you, the last time I saw this signal, I'm giving you gold right now. People don't realize. The last time I saw this signal was September 28th of 2023. So this signal came 3 years ago. I know you're going to spit out your coffee. Like, what? 3 years ago, this was one of the greatest entries and I gave it to you guys on the 5-day, actually. I remember specifically, I said, if that was, you know, but we were even watching it on the 3-day because it's by then my signal, I was using my 200 moving average. And then the last time it happened was here. So this happens once every 3 years where you dabble with the 3-day 200 moving average, you come below it, you know, and there was a bear market there. But there we came back and it was a little dippage. Here we did lose it forever, right? It was like, you know. But we're getting back above it and we're playing around. It looks like this right here. And the moving averages are tight enough for a move on the 3-day chart. They're not really far apart. The 21, when you're at the end of a bull market and you're starting a bear market, you'll see the 21 very far away from the 200. You'll have a massive crash. Here we are getting the closest. Like we could, again, I'm not see how that ended up making the right shoulder and taking us down. I'm not saying it can't right shoulder. I'm not saying we couldn't see treachery here. That's why I'm telling you, we're still in a bear market on the daily time frame. We're going to get into that, right? So you're like, damn, Sang, you've given us so much bullish and bearish. I don't understand, but you're also long, but you have, this is trading. Trading is not being right. It's taking information and gauging it. You know? Basically, if they were like, they gave me two animals, which one would defeat the other? I'd take all the probabilities. I'd say, can I see some sample fights? You know, it's like, you know, my whole point is I got to look at it objectively, take in as much information as I can, and then make a decision. If I go in with one idea completely, I'm going to miss the point. You know what I mean? But it's hard to convey to beginners because you look like a flip-flopper when you're not, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I'm like, hey, man, I just told you I went long on the big time frames. And I showed you the long on BTCC. It's up $340. It's not a big deal. It's a big trade, you know. Order size is what, 0.5 BTC, I think, something like that. Yeah, so it's like, you know, a $45,000 trade. Not huge. It's 11x, 4,400 at 11x. Liquidation price is $23,000 Bitcoin, right? So, like, see that? Everyone wants to be a big shot. That will make me a nice, this account is 38,000. That'll bring in 10 grand on that account. What if by the end of the year that account's at 100 or something? What if all my accounts are up because I'm not greedy? What if I risk that 38,000 every time for some bigger money and some are lose, some lost, and some months I'm down 100. Something. I don't do that stuff, man. Remember, every time someone shows you a big win, I made 10 grand this morning. Anytime you see someone say that, I made 10 grand this morning. Remember, like, they could have easily lost 10 or 20 grand that morning, too. Big wins or big losses, man. Everyone loves to say, hey, look at the big win. I like to show you constant wins that chip away over time. And then I do show you big wins, too. There's times where I make $1 million trade, a $500,000 trade, a $300,000 trade. But the positioning has to be right. I'm telling you right now, that 3-day chart, this could be the last chance to buy Bitcoin right here before it skyrockets to a new all-time high. Right now, as I speak. And I know it could be, and again, it also could be a bear flag that dumps in our face. I get it. It's a sketchy time. But 93,000 is holding right now, and that's a real key. They've been toying with that today. I want to see us hold and close a daily candle above that. Let's get to the daily. Let's talk about it. So I see this Adam and Eve. I tell you, lately, Adam and Eves have all had this side flag. I don't know why, but they all have. This is a cup and handle. They call me Sammy Cup and Handle for a reason. The cup and handle has the exact measured move to the high volume node at 1017. We are above a point of control, as you can see. We've been above it once, twice, 3 times. This will be the 4th time we've broken the POC. The bears have tried to smuggle, basically keep us down over and over again. And we somehow keep coming back like the rise of a phoenix, man. And Bitcoin now at 93,115. And so I see a cup and handle up to about 101,004. And that's my call. Like, and you're like, dang, Sam used to be, I'm not, And all of a sudden, yeah, this is me, man. This is the old me, man. Remember the old Sammy? 19K Bitcoin, guaranteeing bottoms. Remember the old me? We're back, baby. We're back. Seriously, but yeah, I'm pulling out the stops. It's a Tuesday, one of my favorite days to trade. I'm feeling it, and I'm seeing what could happen here. So yeah, once we keep moving, we'll get that stop to break even. We could shave a little bit of the risk to 166 now. And now you can't, really just not really that big of a risk at all for this trade. And now I'm risking 160 for $1,100. Let's see where this can go. 64%. Let's see if we can turn this into a 300% gain trade, right? Okay, so there's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell on that daily. You can see my bigger time frame ideas. 12-hour, look at the 12-hour and the 22. They're banana curving. And I tell you, when these tight moving averages, this is going to rip right to the 200 moving average. I've seen it many times. Same with the 12-hour. A pump up to the 200. A violent pump. A violent pump up. Look at these banana. Look at the stochastics RSI, the lack of momentum on the MACD. It's a cup and handle. It's showing me that this wants to rumble, baby. 8-hour time frame, a little overbought, but it got what? Above the 200 moving average. Now with with more clarity here than the last time it went up, but we didn't even get a secondary candle. Here we have our second green candle. So today in 8 hours, 16 minutes. This was really a big deal. In 16 minutes, this 8-hour candle closes. Yeah, on the 12-hour, I'm an hour back. So bang. And I just want to see the 8 hours stay above the 200 moving average. That's another catalyst. Last time the 8-hour got above the 200 was April 21st, and it created a massive pump. And the second, look, these are both clean breaks. This was a retest with a clean break in September of 2024. And here's April of 2025. Here we are again. You say, oh, we dabbled here. That's different. You're making, measured moves. You're very high. You were in the rising wedge. Like this was like, these are what you've been dumping for a long time. You've coming back into the resistance, right? So it is starting to look somewhat bullish. I don't want to be overly bullish, though. There still is a chance we're in a 5-day bear flag. There's a chance we never get back above 94,000. And if you're not risky like me and you don't want to risk it for the biscuit, like the smart move is to never long until we get above 94, do some type of retest off this level. And it even looks like we might just get really tight and still break down. And the whole world is watching this quote-unquote ascending triangle right now to see what could happen to Bitcoin. Like I'm starting to see, we've been watching this and now people are starting to draw this on Twitter. Like, do you see what I see? I love TA because like I'll do the TA for months, right? And then like after like 4 weeks of me doing it, then like everyone on X will start posting the same thing. They're like, oh, do you see this? I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's the technical analysis we've been looking at for months now, weeks. So yeah, the 4-hour looks interesting. There was some bull div there on the indicator, which was an interesting place for it. And that shows some signs of bullishness now for Bitcoin too as well. So, no guarantees, but I like this tightness. I like the consolidation. And then when it comes to the 1 hour, that's an ascending triangle that we want to see the breakout with a measured move up to like 94,000. Sad to say, it doesn't really get us past resistance yet again. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get up to 94 and then just kind of hang out like this. And we might go sideways until the end of January or until the rate decision. Like right there, look, there's the 28th right there. So it's looking like we might just kind of, until that rate cut. Right now, the rate cut looks a little sketchy, right? I mean, 95% chance they're not going to do it. And the way Jerome Powell came out with that, he should have made that video, man. I thought that video was strange. Should have just kept it, you know what I mean? Because the video made him seem, in my humble opinion, bipartisan. It made him seem like, I will continue to do my... It's like, no, but you haven't been... You know what I mean? I don't know. I get it. It is a bit strange. Like, it's just a budgeting of a building. How could there be a... Like, what's... The whole thing is weird to me. But, it is what it is, man. You raid someone's wife's panty drawer with the FBI then, and you were in cahoots with them. We're going to come get you, man. Like, everyone acts like this isn't the same... This isn't high school, man, but it is. Let's get real. They raided Mar-a-Lago. They went through his wife's panties, man. Come on. It was like, playing with her lingerie or something. Like, that came out, right? Am I lying? Yeah, you play with my wife's lingerie, man, and then I find out that you were cronies with the dude. I'm going to investigate you, bro. Like, let's be honest. And I'm going to feel like I'm justified because you're a crook. So... I get it. I'm not on either side. I'm just saying, let's look at it realistically and see how life goes. And see how people treat each other in Syria, you know what I mean? And they got power and play games. So, anyway. Back to trading. I don't know where we're talking about lingerie over here. Hey. Hey, Victoria's Secret over here. Panty raiders. Yeah, straight up. They were panty raiding. Insane, right? Nothing's going to happen to Powell. No, nothing's going to happen. This is all just for show, too. That's another thing. Comey, Pam Bondi, come on, right? We all know, man. It's all been I'm not going to say the word, right? It will go crazy, but... And the Fed, man. Yeah. You sound like you're on a side. Don't trust either parties. Everyone sounds like they're on a side to somebody. I might say something that you think I'm on a side when I'm not. I might play the devil's advocate just to mess with you. And you might think I'm on a side. Just remember, Keep your mind clear. Hey, my G, we take a look at the slow sleeper Dash. Yeah, it's finally busted off that low. Enjoy my vacation trading with the lifers. You and the family blessed and prayed. Oh, love you, brother. Thank you, man. God bless you, Jamal, one of my homies. Trump is my president. Abolish federal taxes, my man. You're funny. You have short on BTC. It's interesting. Today, MaxC gave me a free short. Like, they gave me this, like, I just hit this thing. It was like, and they gave me a free short. Like, it's $9. See, like, I didn't even want the short. I was like, why? And they're like, and I got an email this morning, like, you have a short. So they gave me like $9 at 10x leverage, which is $100. It's just weird. Like, I don't want a short, man. Why are they giving me a short? But, so it just appeared from like my futures bonus. I guess they just decide what the trade's going to be for you. I find that we're weird, but whatever. Ma G, tighten up, bro. Use words that exhibit growth in adult, not adolescence. What? I don't know. Jamal, man? I think Jamal's on point, man. God bless Jamal. I think you're talking to... I don't know. Who knows, man? I don't know. Yeah. Technical analysis brings out the best in us. Yeah. It just happens that this 250th anniversary of America, baby. It is, yeah. 2026 to 1776. And I love this country. I love my life. I love America. I love being American. I wouldn't want to be in any other country. I love being American, man. God bless my mom and dad for having, for being born in America. Both my grandfathers were born in America. I'm third generation American, man. Straight up. Yeah, agreed. We all people. Exactly. 93 rejected again. I'm just going over the facts, everyone. Everyone says, why was Jerome getting, you know what I mean? Let's just break it down. I just thought I was talking. I wasn't even taking his eye. I was just talking about life. I don't know. Someone raid your wife's drawers, you probably go after them, right? That's all I'm saying. I thought it was kind of, hey. 750 going up there for XMR Monero, okay? And we've been talking about Monero going to 750 when we were at 438. So you do use, I does me's, and we talk about it together over here. Let's take a look at Dash, baby. Dash finally did get the pump above the 200 moving average. It's privacy on privacy. Wow, Dash almost doubling up overnight there. So there you go on that 3-day. Very volatile. People kept asking me about Dash over and over again. I said, hey, it's very low, right? I mean, you're not buying the top. Seems like it did a double bottom there. A nice double bottom for Dash, and it boomed to the upside. Now you want to see if like the 4-hour 200 moving average, and then you just want to make sure that when that 21 comes into play, I'm telling you, it's that simple. Using the 21 and the 200 can teach you and get you into making some of the most beautiful entries of your life. Then you can kind of narrow in using the 15 and the 1 once you see the 4-hour and get really good using multiple time frames. The key is to use multiple time frames and transcend them across each other, and you're going to be able to nail it. Shout out to Mike Percy. God bless Scotland from America. Amen. Bring out the gold stash. Zcash all headed to Monero. Interesting, right? Let's take a look at Zeke, which I didn't trade, don't own, and don't have. I mean, it still is privacy. I could see it getting super tight. You never know, right? I could see it getting very, very tight. I found a new coin here, Confidential Layer. Get bridge for gas. And what you can do is you can select a token and I guess upgrade your crypto with privacy and interoperability. I still don't know exactly how it all works or how that would go by, but it's, something like that. So it's like, but it's interesting. And we can go to their X just to see. I just found out about it last night as I was going to bed. I found it on Twitter. Clone is live, right? And I'm not buying any. I just want to make that clear, but it has a use case. You might, use cases create movement. And look at that, 28 million. We found this at 23. It was posted very heavily on X. Again, I just speculate. I haven't bought any of this, but it was created by Grok with the use of Grok. And so it kind of has like a Grok wallet and stuff. It's somewhat AI integrated. So I guess it got compromised, and then someone took it and revamped it. You know what I mean? Like something happened to it, but it kept moving. So it's one of those it's one of those oldie but goodies kind of thing. Yeah, Clone kind of looks like it may have, kind of looks ruggery, right? So I didn't buy any of it. Very small market cap. And I don't even know, what if you attach your stuff there and something happens? So I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't know anyone. I always want to give you guys that idea. This is my reality TV show. I saw something last night. I was like, Now, if it becomes really what it is and we start to use it, that would be pretty cool. And it actually makes me realize there probably will be something like that in the future where you'll be able to add a privacy layer to your coin. You know what I mean? And I hope so. That would be really, really awesome. Shout out to TV Wolves. He gives the Canadian 10 beans and he says, make $1,000 this month from studying you for over a year. That's a lot for me. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm really happy that you were able to implement my strategies to change your life and to actually, get that feeling of financial, getting a little piece of that financial freedom, On such a good day for coins, ECAS dumping new lows. Yeah, it could be rotating into Monero, like we're saying. Hey, my G, can we take a look at the slow sleeper Dash? And we did look at Dash there. And we're looking at the 4 hour to come to the 21 for entry on Dash. Arrow, 1 hour and 4 hour time frame. Shout out to Taylor Murphy Lives. Please send in your super chats to catch my attention. I'm super chatting right now. I'm right in here. So if you want to keep them coming, I'm going to interact with you. Say what up. Let's get back into the live chat too. Hit the top. Live chat, not top chat. Shout out to my top fans and everybody out here. Jamal holding me down. Taylor Murphy Lives. Ty Wolves. Maniac Dubs. Marcus, my man. DR Burns. Jojo. Servando Estrada. And Hopium Copium, the top 10. And I think I left one person out right there. I did. TBK619. Manic Dubs. Maniac C Dubs. Jojo. Wow. And my top 10 people. And Bull Run 11 will give him my man, Bull, you've been with me for a long time, man. Yo, I love you, brother. This guy's been watching my channel since I had 3,000 subscribers. Bullish, man. I hope everything's well with you and yours. God bless. I remember you had a very close relationship with your mom, if I'm correct. I mean, most people do, but you were like, God bless you, brother. And thank you so much for gifting 20 memberships. BTC Bill, you continue to give. You're one of the nicest people I ever met. I don't know why you continue. I mean, I guess I know why. We spread the love and positivity, but you're awesome. May God bless you. Nice big move here for Bitcoin. We're up $319, 72%. I want to see this thing boom to 1,000 beans to the upside here for BTC. And remember, it's about small wins that add up over time, continuing to take little gains as you go and not forcing it. And moving that stop loss, and now I'll only lose $45. Let's see if this thing can really start to rally. Risking 45 for 1,000. Now you're really in position. 82% of the win for BTC. Silver doing damage, sitting pretty, $1,800 on the 2,000 we put in. I might just take that. But it looks like it's going to be a bigger winner. And then our BTCC trade. Oh, let me, I think I got it over here. Yeah. And my BTCC trade live here on BTCC. I thought, wait. What the, there it is. Sorry. I'm messing around again. Oh, I see 333 right there. 93333 for a second on BTC2. So BTCC, this trade is now up 477, 10% on the move too. So this would be a good day if I just took some profits too. I mean, we're about to head to a daily resistance for Bitcoin. You can see. And that's going to be, looks like we can move back up to 94,000. We got to break through 94. Let's take a look at Bookmap. Link the Bookmap in the description. Short squeezing right now. We got another short squeeze on a Tuesday. Congratulations to anyone that took the longs that I gave you in the trading group. We nailed it yet again. You can't say that the strategies did not play out. Move your stop loss to break even into position. And again, I can't tell you what to do, but do whatever makes you happy, man. But I would be moving that stop loss to make sure I am covered like a covered call over here. So Bitcoin looks like it wants 95,000. It would be great if we can just get through 94.5 finally. Break through it with some vengeance. But look, Big Red sitting up there. That means there's the most liquidations at 95K. And we want to take them out. And that's how Bookmap is suggesting we can get the move, right? So Bookmap, my handy little kind of cheat sheet that gives me what's likely going to happen. And it's like, when liquidity's low, it's not perfect. Nothing's 100%. But when liquidity's low, it works. I mean, it's tight. When liquidity's nice, you got a good moving day. It's like 90% accurate most of the time, man. Shout out to everybody here. Look, I publicly, all documented, called the bottom of the S&P and the NASDAQ on 11/21/25. All you had to do was buy and hold for massive gains. No day-to-day insanity. I desire to free you from concentrating use progress from smaller accounts. I put my whole rep on the line when I made that call. And I nailed it, right? Like, saying something like that is a bit like, this is the bottom for the S&P and the NASDAQ. And I did it on November 21st on my video that sadly it's 2,000 views, even though we have 104,000 subscribers. It would be nice. It would be nice, right? So the Clintons are due to testify in the Epstein investigation in 8 hours. Contempt of Congress if they do not show up. Interesting. That's crazy. Wow. Yikes. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. So let's take a look, man. If this can keep going, that's just on X. I saw something trending there. Wow, so that's a nice move there. 93,451. And again, this was supposed to happen. This is my model. When you get above the 200 and the 21 curves, you're supposed to get the pump. When you make the flag, you're supposed to break out. We're supposed to get to 94,241. That is the target of the flag. And there's a golden cross coming too there for Bitcoin. The last time we got definitively above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour. Besides, look, we faked it. We faked it. We faked it. We faked it. Look, these were all just crushing, right? I thought we were going to make the move. But this was just fishing attempts. What this did was create it makes sense. Every time they did this, they got more people to short. More people to short. More people to short. And then look what they did. They went after all the shorts. But then they made an even bigger version of shorts. And now you have all these shorts up here at 94 because they've been shorting 94,000. They're convinced we're in a bear flag. They're convinced we're in a bear market. And I'm telling you, we're in a bear market. We're in a daily 200 moving average. Or I would say maybe a bearish transition. I don't know how, you know what I mean? But it's a bear. It's an established bear market. I can't, I'm not going to go back on my word there. It's a bear market there. Dude, the 1 hour candle just closed massively long. A little far away for the 21, but I'm looking for a continuation move here to the upside. Shout out to anyone that took the ride with the lifer. The funding rate is estimated according to the previous funding period. When pause it, okay. And this is a nice trade now here. We're finally getting the move to the upside for Bitcoin. This is when I would start to think of taking some profits on my day trades because we're getting far away from the 5 minute, the 15, heck, probably the 1 minute 200. But look, there's my strategy. I didn't even have to look. I teach my students to try. I bet you some of my students traded this fly because the 21 touched above the 200 moving average. It's a bit of a cup and handle. Bitcoin, 93,005, massive short squeeze. Sammy Cup and Handy is right again so far. I pray I don't, but dang, man, 620 on the trade. I gave this to the students in the group. I showed them my sauce. I showed them why I was going long. This is such a beautiful time to be alive, man. I love when my strategies do what they're supposed to do and make me look smart. That's what they're supposed to do. Now you move the stop, the break even. Now we can't lose the trade. I might even take that. I would take that 400 and pay the trader. I was in the trade for so long. It's been annoying. Too far for the 21. We might give it all back. There's been so much volatility recently. Here we go, though. 93,588. Let's go to 94,000. Show me what you got, Bitcoin. That target says we can get to 97K. That would be so awesome if we get to 97,000 and absolutely just boom. It would be great. I got the bigger trade open. Smart move tells me to take some profits somewhere. I got a huge trade. I got other trades. So like this, solidify the win on the scalp. Let's go to the 1 minute, see how it's looking. Yeah, it's far away from the 21. This now has to flag out somehow or get a bigger boost out of nowhere. But it's going to have to carry back to the 21-day moving average. 93% is an amazing accomplishment. You got to say, how much did you put in the trade and how much are you up to? You got to be realistic about every one of your trades. Humble trader takes 90%. I mean, that would be insane not to. Looks like it's going higher. The 1 hour just broke out. I get it. But I got trades to cover that. You don't have to be greedy about every single trade. If you get in the habit of paying the trader, guess what? You're going to be in the habit of paying the trader. It's not about having to, it's about constantly learning how to win. Over and over and over again. To me, that's what it's about. Okay? Constantly learning how to win over and over and over again. Teaching yourself the way. Every single time. I don't even have to look at this. This is likely going to get stopped out. If it doesn't, I'd be pleasantly surprised. crazy. The old me back in the day would round trip, never use a stop loss. Now I put the stop loss right there, and look, they bring it. They don't get me out. It's like I go right into the fire, and I say, come get me, and it still works. It's weird, right? When you keep doing the right thing, somehow you get to keep doing the right thing. When you do the wrong thing, you keep getting hammered and slammed. You keep losing your trades. You get emotional. You get in your head, negative self-talk. The depression kicks in. Throwing the laptop, right? Smashing the screen, all that stuff. We've seen it. People go out of control. They bug out. I lost my headphones in that move. They just got ripped out of my ears. And would it be nice to make 100% gainer on this puppy? Something I didn't even expect. It was just, I was just poking around on my model. So in the weekend was tight. It was Sunday was sideways boring. Last night was sideways too. Price action didn't move much yesterday. Today is Tuesday, babe. My favorite day to trade. 21-day moving average with the move. That's gotta come down soon now. I should take that. Now I move my stop loss even further. You see this? I'm yelling at them to come get me. Come get me. It's funny, remember 15 years ago, like no stop loss, always getting rocked. Now I'm using a stop loss and boom, right? And there the trade was executed perfectly. There we go, baby. That's how you pay the trader. Doesn't mean you don't have to have other trades still open. Look, we're still cooking over here. We're still cooking, good looking 645, baby. We entered right there. We are ripping. Bitcoin doing Damage cheese, baby. Damage. Yeah, so, I mean, Zcash is still privacy. Everyone's down on it right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it, I'm looking at it deep there. I see a possible inverted head and shoulder, right? Some say no, descending triangle. They're dumping it. I mean, Monero was the hot one. Still could be a higher low, though, and run on the narrative. There's just, you know what it is? They play with retail too much on this, so I think it's like not good to trade it because they play with retail too much. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. It's how I feel. It's like what everyone's going to trade, so I leave it alone. You know what I mean? Because they're going to do something silly or fake people out. They're going to use Zcash. Solana just has too much institutions in it. When they say it moves, it moves. They got money behind it, it goes. I see Solana ripping to 161. It's only a matter of time. I mean, that's an ascending triangle that's breaking out. Stochastics pointing to the upside. You do you. We talked about this trade yesterday, went over it, gave it to the trading group. Everyone wants gains immediately. They wake up in the morning, how come I didn't make money? Give it trade 5 to 7 days. 2 weeks, man. Give the trade some time. Bigger traders make longer term trades. The guys that make the most money in the space, their trades are open for, longer periods of time. They can get in on the weekly, the daily, and start, Crypto is building his basically bottom position right now. He said it the other week. He said, if I get liquidated for $5 million. I'll build another bottom position. Right? He must have got so much. He got hundreds of Bitcoin at the low back in the day. The guy's sitting on like 100 million of BTC, so he don't got to stress when he loses $5 million. I'm not in the same position as him, unfortunately. And again, who cares? Never sniff another man's wall. But you could just see why he gets to play with bigger money. Maybe one day I'll be there. And you know what? I will be there one day. I will expand my life. I will achieve billionaire status in my lifetime. By the time I get there, it'll probably be worth like $500,000. But okay. $500 million, but it's okay. I'm going to go for $1 billion. That's my goal in life is to, not my goal in life, but one of my goals in life is to hit $1 billion in net worth. I think I know it's possible. Who here believes they can hit $1 billion in net worth in this lifetime? Anyone here on the channel? Put a 444 in the comment section. If you believe you can hit $1 billion in net worth, if somehow, some way, right? You put your mind to it, you keep pushing, you attract greatness into your life, you demand that something big will happen to you, you basically keep manifesting the fact that you're going to move and you work towards it. You start a company, you start a business, you start a product, you do something you believe in. I believe I will make it to the $1 billion status in this lifetime. Shout out to the people, and this is why I'm here on this channel. I want to be around this many people that believe they can make it to the billionaires, and not because we care about money. We're not money hungry. We want to see how high we can soar. We just want to see what levels, money just does track levels. We want to see how high level we can take. how big we can go, where we can fly, baby. That's what we want to see. So, someone said I'm realistic. I don't think so. See, if you're not laughing at my dreams, or you think they're strange, then they're just not big enough. I want you to think my dreams are unrealistic. I want you to think it doesn't make sense. I was sitting in a cubicle at 36 years old, and I told everyone there that I was going to be a famous trader. I was going to have a YouTube channel. I was going to start my own. I was going to blow up, man. I was like, I'm going to start my channel. I had a couple videos going. I was still at work when I started my channel. And I told this one dude, James, I remember him. And I remember he came to the stream. He joined the trading group actually years later. And he was like, you really did everything you said you were going to do, Sam. He was like, I remember you at work saying you were going to do this. You were going to blow up on YouTube. People laughed at me. There was many people that said, unrealistic. He's not going to blow up on YouTube. He's not going to become a known trader around the world. Like, that guy's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. Like, he works a night shift. He does video. Like, what is he talking about? Family and friends thought I was insane. I'm telling you right now, like, I'm being dead honest with you. Most people right now, what I'm doing, most people laughed at that idea, but I'm doing it now. So like, you know what? So when people laugh at my ideas, man, I know I am on to something. You know, another creepy thing happened to me in my thought process is I studied the most famous and most accomplished people in the world. Not the richest, most accomplished. Notice what I said. Sometimes, and again, it's not about money. It's about establishing high frequency. Money just follows it, and people without money think you're money hungry. See, when you get rich, it's because your frequency is so high. But people that haven't straightened out their frequency are jealous of your money. They're so focused on the money. You're focused on the energy. The money followed you because the energy. The money doesn't follow them because their frequency is low. They're focused on everyone else, hate and jealousy. You're focused on helping, pushing, love, and positivity. How many people can I make smile today? I love you right now. Look, I love you, man. I love you and you, girls and guys, men and women on this channel. I love you all. I got to make you smile right now. Come on. Look at this. Look, when I act silly like that, come on, man, you just smile. I can make people smile around the world. That's a gift God gave me. I should use that every day. I can teach people how to trade. It's not about taking our eyes off the trades, man. This is a beautiful trade. That thing pumped all the way to 93,650, baby. You know, let's talk about it. Like, I just gave you guys a beautiful trade. It's one thing if I was out here BSing with a voice and I didn't live trade. I'm showing you live trades on a very daily basis, in and out. Mondays, I don't like to trade, but good morning, Sam. Can we go over BNB? Mainly the bigger time frames. Thank you for the past 5 years of constant education. Hey, God bless you. And remember, everything you do compounds, everyone. It all comes together one day. It does. Every single day I've live streamed has propelled me to where I am today. Every time I touch this mic, I compound my presence online. And again, and again, and again, and again. And every time I don't take a day off, I extend my journey further and further and further. Understand? That's why I love going live every day. That's why I don't see a reason to take a day off. My life is so perfectly fit to not take a day off. There's no stresses on me from 10 to 11 in the day. And I wake up earlier than my whole family in the morning every Saturday and Sunday. So why can't I just bust out a live stream while they're all asleep? Nobody needs me. There's no obligations I'm missing. Lately, you know, I go to sleep after everyone, and I wake up before everyone. That's the dad, man. I'm the dad. I'm the last guy to go to sleep, and I'm one of the first ones to wake up. I'm the dad, man. I handle business in this family, you know? Well, they say early to rise, first, you know, latest to sleep, earliest to rise, man. It's like military here in the Price household. We don't play around, all right? Every day, it's like 8 a.m. That's why I like that song, man. You don't want to play with him, right? I said, I prayed, then I prayed again. I had a moment, but it came and went. That's so funny, man. It's like, I thought I was going to be easy on you for a second, but nah, sorry. I'm going to push my foot to the metal again, right? Wear the pants. Who wears the pants in this house? The gray pants, by the way, to match the gray tie. Hey. Who wears the pants over here? Handle your business, brother, like a G. Handle that business, man. Sam wearing the pants in the family. This guy says cocky pants. Knows you're funny, man. You're funny. Good morning. Can we go over BNB? We will, from Biomech. So now Bitcoin had a nice pump. But remember, we sell when we get what? We sell when we get what? Let's see how many people we sell when what happens. When do we sell our daily trades? When we're swing trading, scalping? When do we sell them? Anybody here? When what happens? When we get what? When we get what? When we get away from the 21 100%, right? Too far from the 21, far from the 21, far away from the 21. Over the bottom of the stochastics RSI, when you're away from the 21 and above the dotted line, it's an indication. Look at all my beautiful people, man. You've all have learned so much, man. I'm going to help people change their life. I know my strategy works. It's amazing. You can trade it on any asset in the world, from Forex to Bitcoin, you name it. Early bird gets the early BTC. I love it. I love it. I like what I'm seeing here. This is what we're looking for. 2.5 from the 21 over here. Amen. So there you have it. Now we need a flag out on the 15. Let the 21 come into play. You see, it's a constant game. People don't want to be on it like this. And look, this could go right back down and turn it. What if it turns into a head and shoulder pattern? It dumps in our face and we lose the 200 again. Anything is possible. Now is the key. So we broke above a resistance. Now we for the rest of the day, the 1 hour cannot close a candle below 92.3. Understand? We got to build now. Like I said, though, the sad thing is it looks like we are just did a channel. We may just do this. That probably is the sell up there at 94.5 yet again, as we get tighter and tighter in the zone. I respect you, Sammy. Despite the market manipulation, you still do your thing. Dude, it plays out. The 21, we bounce off the 21-day moving average. We dump back to it. It doesn't matter what they do to the market. My strategy plays out over and over again. Look, there's the 21 above the 200 on the 1 hour. I show you guys this every day. It's funny. People mock me. People on Twitter call me. Someone tried to call me exit liquidity yesterday on Twitter. I shouldn't even bring it up, but I was like, in my mind, I said to my wife, I was like, how am I exit liquidity? I said, exit liquidity is someone who like tells everyone to get into a coin and then sells the coin. Like, I've never done that. Like, I don't do that. Exit liquidity is someone who like says this is the definite top and that gets everybody wrecked or something, or tells everyone to buy the top. We didn't buy the top here on this channel. I was telling you for weeks that there was bearish divergence, and I said, if this doesn't dump, it'd be the first time I've ever seen bearish div not take us to the downside on a weekly time frame, right? I said it over and over again. I drew the falling wedge. I said if falling wedges usually break down to where they began, like I showed you the bearish retest. I said this is outside the pattern. I mean, I gave you this short on the daily at 107.7 on this right shoulder right there. That was the right shoulder call I gave right there at 107.6, 107.7 right here. You'd still be in the short technically, right? I even gave you this head and shoulders. Say I didn't. I saw both these head and shoulders. I called them out. Anyway, the whole point is, it just didn't make any sense to me, right? No, he means your liquidity investing and what other are using the I think. Some sold in October. Livers rule, yeah. I sold, remember that day on the 10 of 10, the day we had the crazy move? If you watch my channel, you can see me say, hey, I'm getting out of a bunch of stuff. That morning, 3 or 4 o'clock, the market goes into into extreme chaos. I guess I was lucky, or I don't know. Yeah. Ignore the haters, man. God bless the haters, actually, because I never had one when I was depressed and now. But I just want people to know I love y'all. Like, I never want, like, you people are my peoples, man. You know, you're my family. Like, you're all I have. I like gave up relationships for this channel. Like, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I realized God had a bigger calling for me to be online, and that was my life. And I went with it, and it's okay. I know where I am now. At the beginning, it was strange because my life was, so much of my life was going into being online and less of being in the real world. And I started feeling like I was losing the real world as I got more online. And now my life is online, but I'm learning how to balance it, right? I'm learning how to balance it. And God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Yeah, silver just on a massive tear. 88. We're up 188, and it's up 88.6. I gave you this trade too for silver. Again, and for me, it was a very simple. Silver looks just like Solana does right now before it pumped. If Solana dumps, so be it. Like, I got to trade things that make sense. It's above the 200 on the 21, making an ascending triangle in consolidation with stochastics showing some move. Yeah. If they didn't take profit from 1 short, they deserve to look at this point. Way too greedy. Yeah. It's an honor to have Lifer as my friend. God bless you, man. On October 10th, I sold coins off. Yeah. I just closed the silver trade up 142%, up 2K. Last Monday was my first day making 2K in a day. Now I'm up 2.6 in a day, a week later. Sammy is the man. Take it easy, Tyler, one step at a time. Okay? You're on cloud 9 right now. I just woke up and shorting Bitcoin, making money. That's so funny. I mistakenly went 75x. I know I got lucky and probably should chill for the day. Oof. On optimism. Hey, can you review Zcash of the Fade? We already did that, yeah. Solana, can we go along at 143? Pepe going crazy after that bullish div on the daily. I like Solana here. You do whatever makes you happy, though. I would never tell you what to do or anybody. I would just show you what I see happening. Yeah, a little flags. I looked at the 4 hour. I wanted to see I wanted to see it consolidate before its next big move. And you can see it kind of made a downward flag. Now that could be its pump. Solana looking good right now. And Solana and Pepe, they got a bit of a relationship. Pepe's looking pretty interesting. Went all the way to 7.3. I got into Pepe down here spot. I bought a new spot position into Pepe. And yeah, I mean, I don't see why that thing can't moon to 9.557. First target there, and then, we can reconvene. But it looks good to me. The daily might be a little overbought, though. Daily's coming back, though. And previous support is resistance. It's on that 21. I see a pump for Pepe, man. That's, previous support is resistance. I'm long right now, Pepe. You do what makes you happy. But I am long Pepe. Yeah. I'm long spot, though. I'm not doing anything crazy futures yet. Sam, thank you for your stream. Can you please take a look at XCN? We'll take a look at XCN for you. Yeah, so nicely. And remember, I'm still in these long trades here on BTCC. That giant cup and handle for Bitcoin. Here's the cup. There's the handle. And we're up about 538 so far. We'll see where that goes. And then the silver trade, which is rocking. So life is good right now. Life is good. Very, 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 very good. And I like this 92,000. Every time we get back above 90K, we're at 93.4 now. This is great. Bitcoin showing strength even on the 5-minute time frame. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And wow, like, I'm amazed right now. I'm amazed. Yeah. Wow. So, hey, if I'm right this time, because, I do say I don't know what's going to happen. I'm open-minded, but I'm obviously putting my money long, heavy. And I got the bot, too. The bot's going to get out and make me tons of money. If we get back to 103.8, so much stress will come off of my chest, man. I am so heavy for so long, and everyone's watching me. And if we could just explode out of there, everyone will be like, dang, Sam did it again. And I'll regain that, like, the people that were skeptical, the people that double thought, because some people start questioning you because when they question themselves, but I can turn them all back when the market goes exactly where the magic hand had placed it. And boom, we nail it. I don't know why. Sorry, I just found that shadow there. I took care of it. Harry, I took care of it. It's when I don't have enough light on the green screen. It just adds that. And honestly, man, I'm feeling younger than I ever have. What am I doing? How do I look younger than I did last week? What did I do? What am I doing? Number one, I'm working out more than I ever have. I'm back at the gym. I'm lifting weights. And maybe that's doing something. It's creating a growth hormone that's got me looking better. Number one. Number two, I'm doing more ab workouts than I have in the last year or two. That may be sparking something in my metabolism. And number 3, I am lathering my face, absolutely lathering my face every night with beef tallow. Okay? No, seriously. And it's got rid of like sun scars that were on my face. Like I see a complete difference in my face, man. I really do. And my face was always dried out. Like even right now it's dry. I didn't put the beef tallow on, so my face is dry. I feel it. But yes, and the beef tallow I believe is making me look younger too. Hey, if you're in your 40s like me and you want to keep a regimen of looking good, you got to keep a regimen of looking good. You can't. It's not going to happen overnight. Right? You got to keep yourself looking young. The first thing people look at is you, man, and they judge you just like you judge. The first person that judges you in the morning is yourself. You're going to look at yourself and look yourself up and down. You know when you're puffy in the face. You know when you're sharp-featured. You know when you feel good, feel great. Yeah. Someone says using beef tallow daily for a year now and it works. Yeah. Let's take a look at our baby chain link. So yeah, I see PEPE could be a buy on the daily right now with a stop below the 21-day moving average. So you get in now, stop below the daily 21 or even below this resistance, and that could be a big move to the upside. Yeah. My PEPE position is on Pionex. On Pionex spot. You can buy PEPE there any day of the week. And yeah, PEPE, baby, PEPE. Let's take a look here at what's happening to PEPE. And yeah, it's just, and I'll show you. And again, remember, I'm always stacking BTC more than your favorite. Yeah, there's my PEPE position, about $5,000. I might even add to it, but there. And good day to always buy a little more BTC. We'll buy a little more Bitcoin spot here every day. Buy about 2 G's worth of Bitcoin. Why not? Just keep buying BTC. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not really a question for me. Soon it's going to be unbuyable. By 2030, there's a chance you can't buy it. Yeah. So, I want to be a big sharp dump on Bitcoin. Somebody says, yikes. Why do you want dump? Yeah, anyway. Everyone wants what they missed out on. Can you review Zcash of the 15 to the 1 hour? Good morning, Sam. Go over BNB and Arrow. Let's take a look at Aerodrone and BNB. First, we're going to look at Arrow from Tyler Murphy Lives. That is a head and shoulder there. See, it's like a head and shoulder. Again, resistance at 93.7 every time. But I'm playing the long game on the bigger time frames now. I'd wait for the 1 hour to flag out. Looks like this could take 6 hours of consolidation. Let the 21 come back. We just want to make sure that when the daily candle closes tonight, no 1 hour candle closes below 92.3. I believe that was our big action for the day. Maybe we get a little more follow through, but that was, if you were trading like me since we were here, that was the move finally. We got what we were looking for the last last 36 hours. So shout out to the 1,400 beautiful souls here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's get that chat rate ripping and kicking. Everyone, write your favorite coin in the chat. What is your favorite altcoin right now? Tell me what your favorite altcoin is right now. We're going to take a look at Aerodrome, but I want to see that chat fly. I want to see what is your favorite altcoin. See if I see more of one altcoin than the rest. Aerodrome has done this many times. It makes these giant cup and handles, and it rips. This was a cup and handle, and it ripped. Here's a bigger cup and handle. I do see it headed back to its previous high, and I do see it taking some time, like May or June when it gets there. Okay, we got a lot of people coming in. We got Solana, Zebekin. Wow, a lot of people like ZBCN, Deepbook, Chainlink, Sol, XRP, Near, Caspa, Link, Aster, AVAX, Jelly. Wow, Link. I do like some Chainlink for me too. I have big positions in Chain. I have like almost a $250,000, over a $250,000, almost $500,000 in Chainlink, Atom, and Solana. I keep a big bag of those, right? They will change my life if we get a super cycle of any type. Wow, that chat rate is flying. It just went from 7 to 21. You people are amazing. And that keeps the algorithm knowing that people are invested in the stream. They like being here enough to interact, and that's just a great thing. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate you. It was a rough 2025. Lost a 100K spot. Only lost maybe $100,000 trading. Interesting. Well, if you didn't sell, you're not down, right? So, all right, let's get into the next super chat that came our way, which was Arrow, and then he asked about... Yeah, but Arrow Drone, I'd say, is on a mission to go back to the upside from this first higher low on the daily. And look, it's above the 21, making a nice flag. The 21 can react similar to the 200. You can put a stop below the 21. Look at the last time the daily gets above the 21. Pump, 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 pump. It's a nice catalyst, and here we are again, back above there. So, yeah, I see this as a buy right now. You're back above the 21. And I see a move at least back to 83, and then a continuation through the VRVP all the way back up to 154, and then the bigger target at 236. I hold Aerodrome. It's in my long-term portfolio on Coinbase. So just so you know, I do disclose I hold the coin. Whenever I go over a project or something and I own the coin, I always disclose that. Because, hey, I mean, you should know I own Aerodrome. BNB, man, back above the daily 200 moving average. One of the best coins in the game, one of the best structured plays in the game. CZ doesn't stop, one of the hardest working guys. He was from a poor family. He worked at McDonald's, man. He became one of the world's richest people, and he worked at McDonald's. If that doesn't... The other day, I saw someone working at McDonald's, and I said, you know, one of the richest people in the world was working at McDonald's when they were your age. They looked at me, I said, you know what? That means you have a chance to become one of the richest people in the world. You're doing what one of the richest people in the world did. And some would say that's so facetious. It was just 1 in a million. Yeah, but it's still a fact. One of the richest people in the world. Everyone, I really like BNB right now. I say it's a screaming buy. I'm going to call a buy right now for BNB. I am. I like it. I believe it can really whip. Put the stop loss below the point of control and really see how long you can ride this puppy, because it looks like you could be in this trade for 1 or 2 months, at least till the end of January, back to 1100. I'm calling along for BNB, folks. I like what you're seeing here. He says bigger time frames, thank you for the past 5 years. It looks really good in the daily. A little overbought on the 3-day. Looks great on the 5-day chart. 3-day will have to just kind of wiggle its way around like a pump. Maybe we go up and down later, though. I like BNB. BNB looking solid to me. And again, people can lev trade that. They can do however they want with this setup. It's up to you. I'm giving you years of knowledge. It's up to you. Again, tight moving averages. Price above the 21. I bet if we get to the 12-hour, yeah, we're about to pump up to the 200. The 8-hour is is on the 21 above the 200. The 8-hour is showing the model. 8-hour looks gorgeous for a pump. So I like what we're seeing here. It's starting to look pretty nice for BTC. But I just got a flashback of New York City, Upper East Side. I used to walk around New York City so much, man. I don't think about it as much as I used to. I spent 20 years in New York City, 19 years from when I was 18 to 39, when I would eventually leave New York City. Or 37, 38 maybe when I left. I got there when I was 19, left when I was 38. That makes more sense, yeah. Or maybe when I was 36. It's interesting, man. 37, it was 2020. I got there in 2005. So 15 years in New York City? Yeah. I thought I lived 20 years. I got there when I was 18. Oh, yeah, no, I got there in 2001. Sorry. Yeah, and I was in college till 2005. Right? I'm trying to think of what the time travel guy told me to say, because I have to have this fake background, you know what I mean? Because I'm not from here, you know? But, you know what I'm saying. I went to St. John's, all that. They made a fake history. It all makes sense. So BNB looks beautiful on this 8-hour time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down to the trend line for a buy at 904. But, man, the thing looks gorgeous. BNB, baby. And above the 200 moving average, it's just the last time we did that, we had a month and we were touching the 21. Right here we got a pump, and right there we got a pump. Both times this signal played out. We're showing it right now again on the 8-hour time frame. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but I like to see some things that have happened in the past. I like this flag now, 93, 108. I love that Bitcoin's holding 93. Oh, 93.3. Yes. I like that Bitcoin's going to hold these levels. This is good. I wanted to see the daily candle close nice and big. That's all. One step at a time, everybody. We don't have to force it. I just want to make sure that we close nice and easy over here. Right? Shout out to the bot if you want to bot the trades for you, the Minotaur trading bot. It's absolutely amazing. I have it running. And I can't wait to show you when it does get out of this trade, because it is never lost. And I believe it won't again. Might jinx myself, but I don't think so. Knock on wood. This thing is an amazing bot, and it knows what to do. And we can always mitigate it its way out too as well and get it going. 93,456 Bitcoin. And again, once you break this, see this resistance here? Once you finally, and it says you will. Look, you have a low, you have a high. Higher low, even though it took a while, that's going to break this high. Then you're going to come down for the higher low, higher high, and it's telling me just a couple more moves in this trend, and I'm going to be able to win this trade. I've been in this trade since October 29th. This is one of the longest trades I've ever, babysat on a bot. It's one of the longest trades I've ever been in. Coming up on 3 months, and some massive buys, $113,000 buy, $75,000 buy, right? And it had 2 more orders to cook in case we ever got low, but so far it hasn't had to take out the mitigation, like it hasn't had to send the last minute troops in. It still had 2 more regimes waiting. Pretty strong, right? Amazing price action. And shout out to Pionex. It's a great place to trade. I really like it. Like, I haven't traded as much as I used to on it, but I love it, and there's nothing wrong with it. Really, it just, I like, when Bitcoin was starting to play games, the volume was really slow. I wanted to make sure we get back into action here and start cooking again like we used to. And you'll see me trading on Pionex hardcore. It's coming. So, and I also still do spot and do other things on Pionex, and I like the team. I know them, and I've also met people there at Pionex, and there's a good group of people there. So, just so you know, I love Pionex, no issues with it. I actually think it has the best interface, really great liquidity, in and out, fast, good connections, no problems. And they always work really hard to make sure everything works well too. So I have no problems with them. They're really good. I just haven't been using them as much. I've been on Weeks all the time recently. Weeks has been my go-to. It just, it's been responding great. It's been good for scalping. And MEXC, man, I like MEXC. Lowest fees of the game comparatively. And you got to love that. So, yeah. Wow, that's a nice move right there. And so, yeah, just to go over it again, I got a Bitcoin trade live here on BTCC. And I got a silver trade cooking. on MEXC. All right. Right here. And we're doing damage right now up 18. So I like the 1 hour continuing its move to the upside. I believe it should go all the way up to 94.2 before we get a pullback, even to 95,000. You can see we have a massive liquidation level there at 95K, which Bookmap is screaming we're only 1,500 away from. So shout out to anyone that got into the logs with me. If you took a short, you nailed it. I mean, if you took a small scalp, like a scalp, you nailed it. If you went long, big time, you nailed it so far. If you're still in the bigger trades, and God bless anyone that's cooking with us and taking the strategies and learning every day, because I'm learning from myself every day. This stream teaches me every single day something about who I am, something about how patient I am, how I can handle haters, right? This stream has taught me so much about life. And I want to say thank you to everyone that comes here every day, because it's amazing. Let's take a look at the altcoin, see if there's an altcoin. IP was starting to move. It's up 46% in the last 24 hours. So I don't want to jump too hard, but altcoins are starting to get some love. It's actually up 102% in a week now, too. And Dash is coming. Monero's coming. Optimism up a little bit. And Chili's, we gave you the Chili's idea because Chili's said they had a roadmap until 2029. And that was like, we're going to be here. And not many people were talking about nothing. And I think that was a big deal because it kind of like set precedent. And I said it, I gave it to the group. I said, we should set an alert, Chili's. And boom, Chili's did pump. Not up huge, but it's up about 20%. 17, and it looks like it could hit the target at 5.7. But shout out to anyone that jumped into Chili's or saw Chili's. Chili's had that move. 93.5 for Bitcoin. Strong, baby, strong. Let's go. Let's go. So, and follow me on X. I greatly appreciate it. I'm here every single day on X. And yeah, I'm there. I'm pumping out content probably every couple of hours on there. And just giving you the sauce, showing you what's happening. And just warning you of like what could be going on. Teaching you the ways of the world, right? When anyone else will talk about something, I might bring it up. just put that in your mind and get you going, right? Hung out with Jason Casper this weekend. Good times, good dude. We have a lot in common. We have the same profession. It's like we're both quarterbacks of our own team, and we have our own set strategies and our own things that we're doing. And we're on our own path, but our paths crossed. And, yeah, God bless you, man. Good dude. Very interesting guy, and obviously a big dude, man, I'm like 5'9", 100. I'm like 195 pounds. I'm not tiny, and you can see I've been lifting some weights finally, and I do calisthenics, and I walk on my hands. I'm very strong on my back, but this guy's been grinding, man. Look, right? Anyway, really good day to be alive every day, and that was just a cool time. And look at that, 12,000. That thing's blowing up. It's funny. People did a lot of funny stuff with it too. Put us in bikinis, which is like, yeah, of course, right? You post a picture now, someone's going to put you in a bikini. It just is what it is. You can't do anything about it, right? Funny, I didn't make this picture, someone else did. And it's not me, right? I don't have my crow's feet aren't that bad, especially with all that tallow I've been slapping on my face. So yeah, we're seeing some movement in the altcoins. Bunch of good greeners. 100%, 52%, 25%, MAX there, Chili's. Polygon finally coming back a little bit. Polygon has to get back to $1, man. Dang. Excuse me, Mima, you got yourself $1? Oh no, here you go. Here's a greenback. George Washington. Canton CC, which has been around at BNB. So we gave you a bunch of ideas. I'm going to post it more to the group too, to let the group see what's happening. But now I kind of want to zoom out. We want to take a look at the bigger picture. We want to look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. And we want to see what's happening. Because people are putting money into it all. And I mean, look, you're breaching the 8-hour 200 moving average. The last time you did that was right here in April of 2021. Fine, you had a little dippage and you came back above there. But to me, that was just like a big flag that was already kind of doing its thing. But okay. June of 2024. Right? There was a really definitive move there in September of 2021. There in April of 2024. And here we are. I'm just saying, every 1 or 2 years, this doesn't happen all the time. There it is, Tuesday, February 6th of 2024. So sorry, I was off there. The dates get me off because they put them weird, right? 30 April 2025. So it happened in 2025, but it happened in October 5th in 2024. That was like a year ago. You see? Over a year ago now. And it happened here in 2023, which is 2 years ago in October. And it happened right there in January. So it tends to happen somewhere between October and January, which is weird, but that's when it happens. It's just a rare signal. You're getting it right now in total. And that's an Adam and Eve double bottom, if you ask me. I don't, I just omit this little, like, whatever that was just a whatever burger. And I don't see how this thing doesn't make a move. These things break up 90% of the time. So it's just telling me that your altcoins, your bags, they're about to get lifted. And we're about to get a move. Maybe I'm wrong and it's a bear flag and they end up taking us to the downside. It could happen, but there's something brewing here. I'm seeing some signals. High volume node, you gap right all the way back up to 373. So the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency looks interesting. Interessante. And remember I told you, if you can stay above the 3-day 200 moving average, that is our saving grace. That could be our line in the sand. And then right here too on the 3-day, previous resistance. There's massive support resistance. We have massive support right there on the 3-day chart at 286 trillion. By the end of the week, we could be up here at 3.55. Bitcoin could be at 100K. This could be our week, folks. It's the second week of the month. This could be our week. Or at least the one that starts the basis point for next week to boom. But I definitely like what we're beginning to see. Let's take a look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just the altcoins, total 3. We see this thing looking like it wants the moon. The weekly says yes. It's banana curving on the stochastics RSI. It's got a monster push to the upside. That is a bullish cross right there. Last time we got it was April 7th of 2025. back there. Same thing happening now. That's our new high, our new low, right? We fought off the bears, everyone. It looks like we did our thing. And it feels just like a top. Like tops happen when no one's in disbelief. All the bulls are in disbelief. They can't believe it. They don't want it to end. All the bears in disbelief. They can't believe it. They don't want it to end. A lot of bears got liquidated today. They're going to talk about the liquidations. I mean, that was a pretty big move. They're going to say massive liquidations. Wow, this thing doesn't want to stop. I'm really excited. I like it. This is awesome. This is so awesome. Like, let this daily candle close above this. If the daily candle takes out this wick, these candles, doesn't even have to take out the wick, these candles. If it takes out the wicks in the candles, oh, I'm going to be so grateful. It's going to be a very bullish sign. And look, I'm Sammy Cup and Handy. People can't see this. They're stuck in their emotions. I'm attached to strategy. You get it? I get high off of a cup and a handle. No lie, I'm not trying to be weird, but that's just the facts. I get super into this stuff, man. It's like, whoa, this can happen. You know, my emotions I don't even know what emotions are. Cup and handles are give me the punch. Give me the pull. And again, the 21 crossing the 200, very strong signal above a high volume node. Very strong signal. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Beautiful flag. I gave you the flag to my group. We tracked this since we were here. I've been tracking this the whole time without, like every 5 hours. I was up till at like 1 a.m. last night in the trading group. I really was. You big no, you were. Yes, I was. It was 12:50. I'm posting Dubai bans privacy tokens. And I'm talking about Andrew Jackson said that the banks were trying to kill him. But he would kill them first, and they tried. Saying an assassin who would miss his shot before Jackson literally beat him with a cane. This is a true story. What a legend. Jackson would cancel the charter of the second bank of the United States. As a result, was the most prosperous middle class in the history of the world. That's what they took from you in 1913. That's what the Federal Reserve is about. Andrew Jackson, man, we never should have been on this international, I don't want to say it, but the word was, we tried to get off of the bank, the first bank of the United States, the charter of the second bank. These banks, how they wrote these banks? Watch Money Masters. A group of international businessmen tried to force the colonies into these banking systems. They then said when they started the bank, this is insane. What they did is they started the bank with money that they borrowed from the colonies at 20%. So they put 20% down and then told the colonies that they owed them the 80%. It's so weird. So they started the bank with the other people's money, said it was 20% on 100, and said you owe us 80% now on the bank. It's so strange. So they basically own the bank with some other people's money. They put us into poverty. They put us into bank slavery. This is what Andrew Jackson was trying to do. Alexander Hamilton was a shill. He was supposed to implement the banks. You see? He implemented the banking system. We didn't want it. We tried to stop it. Abraham Lincoln, this has all been about all our presidents were taking out because of the banking system. We were trying to get off of the banking system. We came to the new world to start a new economy. We had colonial script. This is what people don't understand. Look this up. You've never heard of it in your life. Colonial script. I'll get there right here. Colonial script was our own form of money. It was paper money issued by the American colonies before the Revolutionary War, distinct from the latter continental currency. They printed the continental dollar to zero. Okay? This money was known as bills of credit or colonial script. Was not backed by gold or silver, but was used to pay public debts and taxes within the issuing colony. It was created directly by colonial governments, and it was considered a form of debt-free money, allowing governments to control its purchasing power without charging interest. See? This is how America says. The Constitution says no one is able to produce money except for the government of the United States. The Federal Reserve is a private entity. They are not allowed to be producing money right now. It's against the Constitution. Why? Why are we living in a non-constitutional state in America? Benjamin Franklin famously remarked that the colonies' prosperity stemmed from their ability to issue their own money. Stating, in the colonies, we issue our own money. It's called colonial script. We issue it to proper proportion to the demands of the trade and industry to make the products pass easily from producer to the consumer. In this manner, creating for ourselves our own paper money, we control its purchasing power, and we have no interest to pay. They knew this because they saw everyone else around the world was on the international banking system. The system was criticized by the British, leading to the Currency Act of the 1764, which prohibited the colonies from issuing their own paper money. Advocates argued this move contributed to the economic hardships of the colonies, including unemployment and inflation. They've been doing it to us forever. You see? A key factor, which, don't you see a parallel here? A bigger guy on top came out, said this is how it had to be. It's like the Federal Reserve and the interest rates. Then they put us through unemployment and inflation. It was a key factor leading up to the American Revolution. However, some scholars caution the portrayal of the colonial script as a perfectly stable and prosperous system may be overstated, and, quote, attributed to Franklin is considered by some to be a modern interpretation or a paraphrase rather than verbatim historical. Despite this, the concept of colonial script remains a subject of interest in discussions about monetary policy and economic sovereignty. And a lot of people don't even know what colonial script is. I've been studying the history of money. I understand money back and forth more than most people. You know the frequency of it, the history of it, who held it and why, where value goes and how, what really holds value, what does value mean? You know, when you work hard and put your money into your hard work into money, what is that? Where does it go? Bitcoin held, look, this is why I'm telling you, listen, I don't know everything. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I know what I do study and what I do know. What I do know is this. Look at this beautiful candle on the 1 hour time frame with the wick to the down upside. I love it. This is a promise that we're going to hit that target. 94,241 for Bitcoin. Beautiful call on a Tuesday, my favorite day to trade. And everything goes my way with my system. I mean, what another, where are the haters now? Always talking ish when I lose a trade. Where are the haters now? Where are the haters now, man? Come out the woodwork whenever they get a chance. Nah, but shout out to my lovers, man. Shout out to people that support me and love me. God bless you guys. You deserve the best of me. I am a savage, though. You know what I mean? I am a savage. Like, I don't play around. I never said I was a Sallyfoot over here. Hey, I was raised by the streets of my pops. I was raised by the Boston streets, the main streets of Boston. Someone asked about GRT, please. I gave you GRT yesterday inside a flag. Looked like it could break out. I like what it's doing. It's inside of an ascending triangle. Feel like it lost the trend line, got it back inside, and now you could even say it's possibly breaking out. Remember, buying things when the 21 and the 200 are tight, making a consolidation. This looks good to me. Look at the 4 hour time frame. It's above the 200 on the 21. That's a buy. I don't know what else to tell you. I showed you what I do. I showed you how I buy. I show it to you on every single thing I can find. And I show you that I'm up in gains when I do it. Like silver, when I'm up 19, this doesn't want to stop. Bitcoin doesn't want to stop. Okay. Life is good. Let's take a look at the DXY and see what's happening to the dollar. Why? Because we have to. Remember the DXY every day on the channel? Why? Because we have to. The DXY could pump with Bitcoin, but it looking like it double topped here. And we'd like to see this double top and start to move down. It's be great for all coins, give them their value, right? Bitcoin goes back up in value, altcoins go back up in value. Look for this M to dump for the dollar. Yeah. It is on the 21 above the 200, though. Could you make a descending triangle? There's a chance. The dollar comes back a little bit strong before a bigger dump, like a shoulder head. Heavy resistance right now for the DXY, though. We look at the daily. Yeah, daily's overbought and roofing, meaning it's kind of curving down. It did just get back above its 200 moving average, though. Interesting, the dollar getting a little bit of a move. Well, it looks like it may just put in a lower high. What I see happening for the dollar. Funny, it kind of looks like Bitcoin, right? But I see more of a bear flag for the dollar. And I see a move to the downside here as it stays, if it gets basically, I wanted to see it fall back below that 200. But so, we do see some sideways price action and for Bitcoin too. So it says, hey, we're going to have some sideways price action till March as we figure out the rate cuts and all this stuff. And again, we go to the CME watch tool and we tell you 95% chance, 97 now. When Jerome Powell made that video, it told me he wasn't going to cut the rates. That's what that video said to me. He said, I'm going to do me now. And I'm going to let you know that I'm going to do me. And if you press me, I'm going to be even more bipartisan than I was before. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everyone says, but I'm going to speak to my mind, man. I see it the way I see it. I'm not going to. And heck, yeah, I'm going to be a part of what I am. I grew up Irish in Boston. I might eat Irish food. You know what I mean? It's just funny. It's like everyone is a subject of the program of what they were born into. Don't try to act like you're not. You can think yourself out of it, read a bunch of books, and hang out with people of all races, and that will change you, for sure. Travel the world and just really get culturized. And for sure, that's a great thing to do. Wow, weeks looks good. 5-minute, 15-minute, everything kind of going our way here. So look, I would delete everything, and this looks bullish. Even the original trade's still cooking. But I'd like to see this go sideways and start a move. But today could be the day of, like, we really pump until like 5 or 6 o'clock on and off. Hey, Sam, we looked at GRT. We did look at that. Thank you. Shout out to the awesome super chats. They were amazing. God bless everyone that sent in a super chat today. We love you. We appreciate you. Yeah. There's nothing in Irish food. It's horrible. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Something molasses. You're funny. Powell's job shouldn't even exist. Exactly. 100%. And the Fed, man, it's on us. It doesn't need to be on us. Henry Ford said that basically if people understand the banking and financial system, there would be a revolution tomorrow. 100%. They wouldn't believe how their wealth was getting stolen from them through fractional reserve lending. It's demonic. It is demonic. It really is. It's horrible. Remember, people forget that I started this channel educating people the history of the U.S. dollar. You know, I got into gold and silver. I bought a Bitcoin to get myself out of the rat race. I changed my life. I then started trading. But I want to become a teacher of the history of money. And I want you to understand, like, these are why I'm here. It's bigger than just a guy who spits out his futures percentages. No. This is a history class for everyone here to change your life. Shout out to Bitcoin Bill, who's a top G, constantly gives to the channel. One of the nicest people I've ever met. Hey, Sam, have you seen the new food pyramid that they published official? Basically admitting that they were giving us the wrong information and therefore millions will malnourished. 100%. 100%. Come on, man. You knew not to eat Cheerios in the morning. Like, it's ridiculous. Look, I don't eat until later on 3 meals a day, all that. You don't have to eat 3 meals a day. Our ancestors ate when they could, man. They were lean. They looked for food. It's good to be hungry sometimes. Right now, I haven't eaten since last night. It's good to be hungry sometimes, folks. It's good to feel a little bit of hunger in your system. This looks like we're going to continue to rip. I see 95,000. Today could be one of the biggest. We could go to 100K today. Today could be one of the biggest days ever, man. It really could be. Look, I got a $340,000 trade here on KSX. This is the biggest trade now. This is the one I've been holding for months, for weeks now. This trade. That's either going to make me 50 racks or it's going to lose me, 10 racks. That's a $350,000 trade. So, like, I'm not playing around anymore. I'm not. Okay? And I put my money where my mouth is. I see a cup and handle on the daily. My name's Sammy Cup and Handy. I'm going, man. I'm going for the gusto. We're going to start pumping out altcoins into the group. It's going to be fun again. I feel like I actually might be able to get back to doing what I do best, baby, and changing my life, right? So, only time will tell, folks. I love you. I appreciate you all. And I thank you so much for jumping on into the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. Not even crypto live streams. Just any live stream in all of YouTube, man. We love it. We're here for you. Couple of days of fasting can cure cancer. Amen. I'm hungry for some gains. I want to be vegan later today for gainitis. Amen. The system is designed to intimidate you and keep you poor. Beat the matrix and follow Sam to get rich. Amen. If you follow anything about me, follow my mindset. Bulletproof, baby. A bulletproof mindset that they just can't take from you. Okay? My cancer made me lose 40 pounds. Right now I need 90 grams of protein per day. Dang. When I join the Discord, I get kicked out instantly. That's weird. Shouldn't happen. Maybe you could you send us an email and we can make sure that's not like something weird isn't going on? You might be uncovering something. Greenland colonization sponsored by Coinbase. You guys are right. Did you know in Rich Dad Poor Dad book, there was never a rich dad. He just used that to sell his books. Crazy. Isn't that funny? It's so funny. Juxtapositions make people think, right? Get people going. You don't need to join anyone. You could desire to join me. You don't need anything. Need is a lack word, and God has given you everything you've ever had to have. God got you. You've got everything. God's already given you everything. You need nothing. Okay. You need nothing. But I can't help you if you desire to join the group. I believe I can help you. Yeah. Someone said, take a rich person out to dinner. They might make some money. They might drop some money making ideas. Hey, you never know, right? Yo, Sam, what's good, brother? Much love from UK. Missed the trade today, but there's always another opportunity. Always, my friend. Always. Shout out to Felix. Yeah. Someone said, lost 9K on Neutron. What is that? Yeah. Never give up. Sammy, could look at XEN before you go, please. Let's take a look at XEN. Sorry, thank you. I was about to do. I just get, that's why you got us in the super chat. It's hard for me to do it if I can't see it. I like what XEN's doing right there. So right off the bat, it's forming some type of little flag, right? This is below the 200 moving average. It's got to break out. But that does look bullish to me. XCN. And I've held this coin long term. It's in a giant cup at handle too. That falling wedge, which has an Adam and Eve on it. You see how it's like the Adam and the Eve. It's slanted. It's hard to see. And it's got a higher low. Be amazing if it gets to 4.5 and people really get out and get paid. Someone says ICNT is a better choice. I mean, yeah, I'm not in love with the XEN just long term. I'm not in love. Wow, this looks good. It did the rounded bottom. We then put that. Interesting. Let's take a look at this thing. The daily looks like it's about to explode. And maybe it's just really breaking out of this kind of falling wedge here. But the daily looks so bullish, it's ridiculous. Look how curved the stochastics are. That's a nice sign. The 4-hour just breached the 200 moving average. Let me see this thing in another light here. Yeah, there it is. So you can see that it was in a beautiful ascending triangle, and then it just went after all the stops. It stopped everybody out. Now it's kind of ready, right? So it went after anyone that thought it was going to pump. They went after them. This looks like maybe the bigger idea here that's going to happen. It's going to consolidate here and then break out. Again, there's no guarantees, but this looks like something that we're looking for here. 82 cents for ICNT, the Impossible Cloud Network, as it is. So gold is in a parabolic move to the upside, a rising wedge that, to me, wants to go parabolic. And I see it starting its way to break out. And we gave you the gold trade. We talked about it. The entry was right there at 4440. You're already in the money right now. And the target for gold is 5,771. So I see gold going up and about to make a monster move. Silver. I see silver exploding. I already gave you the silver trade. We talked about it. Our entry was here. Even I got in right there at the bottom of the trend line. And I even have a silver trade that's still cooking right now on MEXC. It's up $1,900. You can see my entry was at 78 or at 88 for the fair price for silver. Just a beautiful move. Yeah. He says your chart view doesn't show the symbol. It does. It's right there. It says the word silver right there behind you. It says it right there. Yeah. May God guide and bless you, me and all of us. Amen. Silver and gold are not interesting for me right now. I prefer bronze. You're funny. Someone says Bitcoin might be getting shorted. Watch out. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh my God. I can't take it. Oh no. Bitcoin gonna get shorted. Oh no. Bitcoin's too far for the 21-day moving average. It will flag out. It's either going to go sideways or back down. I know this to be true. There does seem to be a bit of a squeeze today, though. I'd be more long than short. You do you. Al does me. You'll see me tomorrow, and we'll find out what happened. I've been right way more than I've been wrong, man. Sorry to say. So that's why I like showing up every day, because I'm usually correct, which sounds pompous and rude, but it's the facts. So, hey, it's why I like, why do you like showing up every day? Because a lot of times what I said the day before was right. So I show up the next day. All right. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Everyone in my trading group, flag out the 1 hour. If you want to stay in the trade, stay in it. If you take profits, it's up to you. Do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and get into your own advisor before you're doing any project, coin, or trade, whatever you do, you know. It's not me. This is a reality TV show of my life, and I'm showing you all the tips and tricks and things that I use, the exchanges that I use, the trades that I make in my life, all right? I'm not trying to be a big shot here. I'm just showing you how to trade, stay above water, and stay consistent. That's all I attempt to do here on the show every day. Everyone, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being awesome. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you bright and early in the trading group tomorrow morning. No, but I'll see you all day in the trading group. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, too, here at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another beautiful, amazing, uplifting, progressive show that God has helped me create. God, thank you so much for everything you've given for me. Thank you for learning so much through the death of my parents and how to be compassionate to others and how to find my way. Thank you for bringing me closer to you when I lost my parents, for I found my true father. And thank you for all my beautiful people that come here every single day that push light, love, and positivity into the lives of others. Everyone, thank you so much. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Stay pocket squared up. You can, you will. You are the best. Never forget it. Keep talking positive to yourself. Remember, you're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great, baby. The secret to success is getting started. Everyone started somewhere that's successful now. Every single person that you look up to, anyone that you love, Bo Nix, right? Anyone that you look up to that's tearing it up right now, they had to start somewhere, man. God bless you all. Keep moving. Don't get in your head. They want you to think negatively. They want to break you down. Whoever they is, believe in us. Believe in the crew. Stay a lifer. We love you. Lifers believe in positivity. Stay around lifers and you're going to stay positive, baby. I love you. Let's go.